Imagine two people. The first person wins the lottery today and gets $1 million in cash. They are instantly a millionaire. They can buy anything they want. They feel like they have made it. The second person starts with just $100. Not 1 million. Not 100,000. Just $100. 10 years later, something shocking has happened. The millionaire is completely broke. They have nothing left. And the person who started with only $100 now has more money than the lottery winner ever had at their peak. Sounds impossible, right? Sounds like a made-up story. But this happens all the time in real life. Not because of luck. Not because of secret stock tips that nobody else knows. And not because one person is smarter than the other. It happens because one person understands how money actually grows over time, and the other person does not. In this video, I am going to show you the simple mathematical law that builds almost every great fortune in the world. It is not a secret. It is not complicated. In fact, a 12-year-old child can understand it with a little explanation. But most adults completely ignore it. And that mistake costs them millions of dollars over their lifetime without them even realizing it. Let us start with the most important idea in all of personal finance. Most people believe that wealth comes from one big moment. They imagine hitting the perfect stock at the perfect time. They imagine finding the perfect investment that doubles overnight. They imagine starting the perfect business that explodes instantly. They imagine getting the big lucky break that changes everything. They think money works like a rocket ship. A sudden explosion of fire and power and then you are rich. But money almost never works like that in real life. Money works more like planting a tree. You plant a tiny seed in the ground. At first, nothing seems to happen. You water it and wait. For a long time, the tree looks small and weak and almost pointless. Many people would look at it and say this is never going to become anything. They give up right here. But underground, something powerful is happening that you cannot see. The roots are growing deep and strong. They are spreading out to support the tree that will one day become huge. And then one day, years later, that tiny seed has become a massive tree with branches and leaves and shade. Money works exactly the same way. This process is called compounding. Compounding is an incredibly simple idea, but most people do not really understand how powerful it is. You earn money on your original money. Then you earn money on that new money. Then you earn money on the money that grew from the previous money. Over and over again, year after year. Your money becomes like a snowball rolling down a long hill. At the very top of the hill, the snowball is tiny. You push it and nothing much happens. It moves a little, but it is still small. But as it rolls, it collects more snow. It grows bigger. Then bigger. Then much bigger. And after enough time and enough distance, that tiny snowball becomes enormous. It becomes a force that nothing can stop. Let us look at a simple example with actual numbers so you can see how this works. Imagine you invest $1,000. Just $1,000 to start. If that money grows at 10% per year, which is roughly what the stock market has averaged over long periods historically, something interesting happens each year. In year 1, you earn $100. Now you have $1,100. In year 2, you earn 10% again. But this time you earn $110, not $100. Because the base amount got bigger. In year 3, you earn $121. In year 4, you earn $133. The growth keeps accelerating every single year. Not because you worked harder. Not because you added more money. But because the system itself is working for you. The money is making money, and that new money is making more money. Here is the big problem that trips up almost everyone. In the early years, compounding looks boring. It looks almost insultingly small. Imagine investing $1,000 and making $80 in a year. Most people look at that and think, that is nothing. That is not worth my time. So they quit. Or they start chasing something that looks bigger and more exciting. They get into crypto hype. They try to find the next hot stock that will double overnight. They start risky trading strategies. They abandon the slow system because it feels too slow. But here is the tragedy. They quit right before the magic really begins. Because compounding does not reward impatience. It rewards time. The people who stick with it, the people who keep going even when it looks boring, are the ones who eventually see the explosion. The people who quit never get to see what happens next. Let us imagine someone who invests $200 every single month. That is not a huge amount for most people with normal jobs. $200 is about the cost of eating out a few times, or daily coffee, or random online shopping that you do not really need. Now let us watch what happens over time with compounding. After 10 years, this person has invested a total of $24,000 of their own money. But because of compounding, their account is actually worth about $38,000. It is already growing beyond what they put in. After 20 years, they have invested $48,000 total. But now their account is worth about $130,000. Something interesting happens at this point. The money itself is now working harder than the person. The growth from the market is bigger than the money they are adding. After 30 years, they have invested $72,000 total from their paychecks. But their account is now worth over $450,000. That means the market produced more than 5 times the money they actually saved. That is the power of compounding. And this example is not extreme or unrealistic. It is actually normal market behavior over long periods of time. There is another reason people fail to build wealth, and it is sneaky. They ignore small money decisions. They focus on the big purchases, the things that cost thousands, but they ignore the daily leaks. For example, many people worry about buying a $1,500 laptop. They compare prices and wait for sales. But they spend $15 per day on small things without thinking about it. Coffee here, snacks there, convenience purchases everywhere. $15 per day adds up to over $5,000 per year. That is not small anymore. If that $5,000 per year were invested instead of spent, and it grew for 10 years with compounding, it could become over $70,000. Suddenly that small daily decision was not small at all. It was huge. This is where most wealth disappears. Quietly. Without anyone noticing. Drip by drip, day by day. Successful investors do not rely on motivation to build wealth. They do not wake up every month feeling inspired to save money. They rely on systems. Instead of asking themselves every month, should I invest this month or should I spend it? They remove the decision completely. They set up automatic investing. Every single month, the same amount of money moves from their bank account into their investments automatically. No emotions involved. No trying to time the market. No guessing whether this is the right moment. Just consistency. Think about brushing your teeth. You do not wake up every morning and have a debate with yourself about whether you should brush today. You just do it automatically because it is a habit. Investing should work the same way. Automatic. Simple. Consistent. That one habit, automating your investments, is worth more than all the stock-picking advice in the world. Now here is another critical rule that people break all the time. Never interrupt compounding. When your investments grow and produce profits, many people are tempted to take those profits out and spend them on something fun. They see the money in the account and think of it as extra cash. But taking the profits out breaks the compounding engine. It stops the snowball from growing. Imagine 2 investors. Both start with $10,000. Both earn 10% per year on their money. Investor A reinvests everything, letting all the profit stay in the account and grow. After 30 years, Investor A has about $174,000. Investor B spends the profits every single year, taking out the 10% and using it for lifestyle. After 30 years, Investor B has made $30,000 total in profit and spent it all, and they still have the original $10,000. Same investment. Same returns. Different behavior. That one simple decision, reinvesting instead of spending, created a difference of over $130,000. Time is the most powerful ingredient in compounding. You cannot buy more time. You cannot earn it back once it is gone. Imagine two different people. Person A starts investing at age 25. Person B waits until age 35 to start. Both invest the exact same amount of money every month. Both earn the exact same return on their investments. But when they reach retirement age, Person A ends up with almost twice as much money as Person B. Why? Because the early years had more time to multiply. The money invested at 25 had an extra decade of compounding that the money invested at 35 never got. Compounding is like planting trees in a forest. The trees that are planted first grow the biggest and tallest. The ones planted later never catch up. And lost time can never be recovered, no matter how much money you try to add later. Most people believe that building wealth requires genius or luck or secret information that only rich people have. But history and mathematics show something very different. The people who build real wealth over their lifetimes usually do three simple things. They start early, even with small amounts. They stay consistent, investing regularly no matter what. And they let compounding work its magic over decades. No drama. No hype. No chasing the next hot thing. Just patience. Over time, mathematics quietly turns small actions into massive results. The truth about money is simple. But simple things are often ignored because they are not exciting. And ignoring simple truths can cost you a lifetime of wealth that you will never get back. If this video helped you understand money in a new way, take one action today. Write in the comments, "I will start investing blank dollars every month." Make it specific. Put a number in there. Because wealth does not start with millions of dollars. It starts with a decision, right here, right now. Also make sure to subscribe to the channel, because this channel is about one thing: explaining the rules of money so clearly that even a child can understand them. And once you understand the rules, you can start using them to build your own future. Thanks for watching. And I will see you in the next video.